Oké, wacht.
Je bent ook niet smooth of zo.
Nee.
Ik zou hem gewoon stiekem hebben aangezet.
Ja, maar
dat
ik maak piepjes, weet je, dus dat gaat niet.
Ja, maar dat had ik echt niet doorgehad.
Yo, what's up? Hey, welcome everybody and welcome Najat to another podcast of Depressed2succesS, wherein I have real talks with real people, just like Najat. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Yes, it's Najat.
Najat, okay. Yeah. To talk about our emotions and our experiences with depression. So how it works is I normally have a couple of basic questions which I send to the people who want to be on the podcast, and then people have time to work it out. And I did the same thing with you, and it has been a while since our first contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to share a little bit about how it went in your own words?
Well, yeah, I saw it on your story like 6 months ago, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And after a while, I was like postponing it, and you're like, yeah, when are we gonna do this? But I was in the middle of a depression, so for me it wasn't fair to do like a podcast about like Depressed2succesS, because I wasn't feeling like a success story yet. But I was afraid to tell you, so I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna tell him that? Yeah. And then you were like, yeah, let's pick a date. And then I was like, okay, I have to be honest with him, because if I'm gonna do this, I want to be like my authentic self, and yeah, I have to be fair with myself also. And then I told you like, sorry Tommy, I can't do it right now because I'm in the middle of a depression, and I don't see myself as a success story yet, so I can't do it. And then you came with the idea, okay, but maybe we can make a podcast while you're in the middle of it, to inspire people that are also in the middle of it. And
Absolutely.
I was like, yeah, because when I listen to a podcast and it's a success story, I always think, yeah, it's easy talking right now. So yeah, that's why I'm here, because I just want to give those people the feeling that they're not alone. And yeah.
Awesome, yeah. You couldn't have said it better than this. So, and you even didn't look at your screen, so you prepared a couple of things, but
yeah, because I was scared to have a blackout.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
But if it happens, because that is also real. And that's also the goal of this podcast, is to have like real talks, not just scripted interviews. And of course, if that's also an option. But yeah, you just mentioned everything that I wanted to say, so we are done with the podcast.
Okay, bye. That was it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, we also discussed this a little bit beforehand, and it also depends on what your definition is for success, a success story, and that is personal. So that's also something I wanted to tell you. And for me, it's also I am very grateful you are here, first of all.
Me
so thank
too.
you for being here. And I think you have come a long way already, and this is a very important step towards your future self.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited and really thankful for that. And yeah, also like success can also be, at least for me, it's also like getting people from depression out of it. So back to baseline, and then when you have a sturdy, a steady base, a strong base, you can build from there towards your own version of success, or the better version of yourself, or whatever you want to be. So that's like a little bit of general information. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the stories. Yeah, you already introduced yourself.
Yeah.
Did you prepare something else for the first question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you want, you can go ahead.
Ask me the question,
yeah?
right?
Okay, now, well, who are you? that was the first question.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point. I don't know who I am, and I became someone that I'm not because of external factors. And the big question for me right now is, how did I become who I am not? And actually, that's the process I'm in right now. So when I saw that question, I was like, oh my God, who am I?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know who I am, and that's also okay, because it started a beautiful process, and now I'm discovering, I'm having this research of the person, becoming the person who I am. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's such a when you read it at first, a lot of people think, yeah, who am I? It's such a simple question, but when you really dive deep into it, it is more than just a name and where we came from, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At first I was like, yeah, who am I? Yeah, I'm a single mom of two, and I was thinking, then I was like, no, I have to dig deeper, and actually I don't even know who I am, and I just discovered that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like a beautiful journey to discover like who you are. I think that's also like one of the biggest questions in life, basically, to find who we truly are.
Yeah, and also to discover how did I became who I am not.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's also very interesting.
Yeah. Have you looked into it already a little bit or not?
Well, I just started therapy last week. It's Shadowwork, and it's focused on that, like how did I became who I am not, and how I am reacting the way I am, and like more, focusing on that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So you started last week?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Yeah. Shadowwork is very powerful.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah. I also look forward to like seeing you grow and what you're gonna go through. So if you if you want, you are already invited for a future podcast.
Yeah, I can't wait to be a success story and to feel like I am a success story, and to make a podcast about my success story. And for now, I'm in the middle of it. Yeah,
but also embracing where the process, and also look back from where you came from. I think when you look back, you've become a very strong woman, at least that is how I see it and how I feel it. And it's also, strength is also for me being courageous, being able to be vulnerable, and also saying how it is that you think you're not a success story, but I think other people might view that differently. But what matters in the end most is what we think of ourselves, right? And I think it's just very courageous of you to embark on this journey also with me. So
that's what I told you. It's just such a big step for me, and I'm like so scared and like.
But also excited, or
very excited because I wanted to do this for a long time, but I was like so anxious and so scared to do this because it felt so uncomfortable, because I'm a person that never talks about her feelings and not really opening up to people. So it's a big step.
Nice. Okay, but I think also like you hear us laughing a lot, but at least for me it's always has been a coping mechanism, so don't think that I don't take this seriously.
No, I feel you.
Yeah. Maybe you have the same thing a little bit, like laughing things away.
Yeah. Especially in situations that you shouldn't laugh. Exactly.
But that's also nice when you start talking about it. That is something you hear a lot. A lot of people that I've spoken to regarding depression, and also a couple of people who've been on the podcast, they react in a similar way. Not everybody, but a couple of them also do the same thing, like laughing when things get a little bit, I don't know. Uncomfortable. I think that's a good word. Yeah, thanks. Okay. So on to the second question, and this has been such a good podcast already. I'm super scared that it's not recording, so fuck it. Everything is raw. Am I still recording? It is on, like Donkey Kong. Okay. So back, I can cut this out or I can leave it in. Probably will leave it in.
I can.
Okay, so it is on. That's the blessing. So the second question, what has led you to feel depressed in the first place?
Well, then I have to go way back, because I was raised with domestic violence, and I have been physically abused for years. So I was always on the run with a lot of fear, and we never had a stable home. And as a kid, you have your basic like emotional needs, and if your parents didn't meet those needs, you just do your best to adapt. So you find a way to deal with life. But as you get older, your situation changes. And the ways you've taught yourself to deal with life and to survive doesn't help you anymore. So my situation is not what it was like 20 years ago, but I'm still in that flight or fight mode. And because I was always fight and flight mode, I think that has led me to struggle with depression and with dark emotions for years now. And because these patterns, like, they're so hard to, that I developed, they determine like every relationship and how and the way I view myself, and that I think that has led me to depression first of all, if we go like to the core of it.
Wow, man. First of all, sorry to hear that. I think you don't deserve what you have been through. Also for the people listening, I feel my eyes balling up. I'm a very emotional guy, so get used to it.
No.
No, I think everybody needs to hear this, that nobody deserves to go through domestic violence. Everybody deserves love and peace, and it's very important growing up to feel safe, right? So thanks for opening up and sharing this with me and also with all the listeners. So and big ups, man, you're still here, so you're doing great and doing the work, so awesome. Good, man. Wow. Thanks. Okay, on to the next one. What has led you on what has led you out of the depression?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not totally out of it. That's what I told you before. But I can tell you what led me to my healing journey.
That is very good also. Sure.
Because I came at a point that I discovered that I was standing way far from myself, like way far from my authentic self, and I wasn't living my purpose, and I had to call myself out on my own bullshit. And the moment you call yourself out on your own bullshit is the moment the healing starts. So you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, like, I can't put up with this bullshit anymore, and just be honest with yourself. And that's where my healing journey started. And that's what led me to like take that journey to get out of this depression.
And what was the step before that, like before calling yourself out?
Well, I had to go like really rock bottom before I got to that point. There was like, for me at one point, there was not even a way out. Like there was one way out, and that like I was even like suicidal, and even my mom had to sleep with me every night to protect me from myself. And that was the moment I was like, okay, Najat, this can't go on like this, because you're a mom of 2 kids. And that was the moment I had to look myself in the mirror and like, I can't put up with this bullshit anymore.
Wow, man, it's a heavy story, but I totally feel for you, because I had like a similar experience. I was feeling like the same, or maybe not the same, but I was feeling also super depressed. And I'm also a parent, I'm also a father, and I was a father at that point, and still I also felt suicidal. And like, I don't know if it was the same for you, but for me it was like, I thought I didn't have a reason to feel the way I felt, because I had a wife, I had a kid, I was a father, I had both my parents at that time, and still I felt that way. So it took away all of my hope, because I thought, okay, this is the perfect picture, I have everything, and what can I do to feel better if I already have everything that my heart desires,
I had exactly the same. I was beating myself up all the time, like, I cannot feel this way. I can't, because I'm a mom of 2 kids. I have no reason to feel this way. But like, what I have learned along the way is that it's okay to feel that way, and instead of beating yourself up, try to embrace that feeling and cherish it, because it's like, you can't compare yourself to others. It's your journey, and you feel it. The feeling is there, that you cannot do anything about it. So it didn't bring you anything when you beat yourself up. So instead, embrace it, cherish it, and be kind to yourself and take your lesson out of it, instead of just beating yourself up and telling yourself, I cannot feel this way, and like, that's something I learned from it.
It also, I think it's also like when you fall down, you know, into that dark well, you know, like, and you hit rock bottom, it's also a wake-up call, because you get smacked down so hard that you really start thinking about, okay, I have an option, I can end it. Of course that's an option, but that's not the only option. And you, of course, you have kids, you have parents, so that's even less of an option because of them. So it's difficult, but I'm also super thankful for it, because that also brings me in touch with people like you. And the crazy thing is that we know each other a little bit, but also kind of not. So this is something that we never knew from each other.
No, exactly.
Right? But that's also like the beautiful thing,
that's beauty of life.
Yeah, but also about talking about it, you know, like sharing what goes on in our internal world, and not just the outside world, what everybody sees. And I think that's also one of the ways we can truly connect with each other, you know, like sharing our emotions, our struggles. And then also, like, it can be also more hopeful in a way to know that we are not the only ones going through that.
Exactly. That was the whole point why I wanted to do this podcast, because we both thought we were the only ones feeling this, and I think a lot of people are struggling with the same, and they feel the same, that they are alone. But that's the whole reason I wanted to do this podcast for you, to give the people the feeling that they're not alone, and we're in it together.
Absolutely. Beautiful, man. Thanks. Cool. But that's a crazy thing, but you will learn so much from people by just sharing and talking about it. And I hope this also inspires other people to stand up and reach out also, and
and just be more open and honest.
Because when you are more open and honest, you will learn that there are many people going through the same things. It doesn't have to be depression per se, but some people struggle with a lot of things.
But the problem is, like, the society told us to not be weak, and
don't show your emotions, especially with guys, more I think than.
But when you see like the numbers, when the suicidal numbers is so much higher for men than for women, so there is a problem. But and
on the other hand, there are more women who suffer from depression, at least when you go by the numbers, and indeed what you said, I believe more than twice as much of the men commit suicide. But I think every they call it successful rates of suicide, which I really hate that term, but I think every suicide or every depression is one too much, one too many. I think nobody deserves it, but man, it's so hard to imagine to really want to end your life, you know. It's people can't, not everybody can imagine how that feels. I don't know if it felt the same for you, but for me it was like, it wasn't like I really wanted to commit suicide, but I just wanted to something different. I wanted a way out, something, you know?
No, for me it was like I love life. People that know me, I love life. I love to go out and enjoy life. So obviously I don't want to kill myself, but it's not about that. It was about stopping this feeling, not ending my life, but ending this feeling. It was the feeling that I wanted to be stopped. So that's the big difference.
And what did you experience, like feeling wise? What did you feel?
Like it was a dark place, a very dark place. Like at that point you don't you don't see any light anymore. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately I do.
You know.
But that's also like the beautiful thing when you talk about it, which I just said again and again, which I will keep preaching. It's also like turning on the light, and when you turn on the light in the darkness, you can find a way out. You can see where to go next. And also a lot of times, also what my goal is with this podcast is that you will see that you are not alone in the dark. and when you realize you are not alone in the dark, you can find a way out together, you know, and that it's easier because you might know 3 ways out of a depression. I might know also 3 ways, but together we know 6 ways, right?
Yeah.
And so we also have a better chance of survival and also a higher success rate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So nice. I think that's it for question number 3. Might have answered a couple of things already, but the 4th question is what have you learned from your depression?
Well, that's a tough question because I feel like I'm like still in it, so I'm still learning.
Yeah. Okay, this is a scooter driving by. Wow. Okay, but you're still learning?
Yeah, I'm still learning, and what it has taught me is to acknowledge my feelings, like I just told you, and that it's okay to feel that way, and to just acknowledge the feeling, embrace it, cherish it, and just learn my lesson out of it. And yeah, I just think all this happened to me because for a bigger purpose, you know what I mean? And yeah, I find this a tough question because I'm still learning and still growing and still healing, so I can't really answer this question right now.
Yeah, but yeah, you're in the process of learning. Exactly. So you will learn a lot, I think, in the next couple of weeks. And you started with doing shadow work, and that will teach you a lot about yourself as well. So yeah, we can always pick this up in the later podcast, because we also part 2, yeah, because we also talked about a couple of themes that we want to discuss in the future. So let me see. So then on to the next one. Yeah, this is a good one, I think. What would you tell your younger self?
Well, that question I didn't prepare for the answer. Yeah. But if I'm thinking about it now, I think I would tell my younger self not to worry so much, because when I think about it now, I used to worry about a lot of things that didn't even matter, and worry about the past or the future. And I would tell her, like, to have more faith and trust the universe, and if things are out of your control, to let it go and not try to control it, and like put yourself twice through it. That's what I would tell myself, not to worry about a lot of things that I used to do.
Oh, nice. Yeah, wow. Yeah, last question already. What is your wish for the future?
My wish is that there will be much more attention and openness around this theme, because so many struggle with this anonymously, and unfortunately there is still a certain taboo around it. And I would love to see more people breaking this taboo, and because we're all in this together, and that's what I would wish for. Yeah,
but you're already working hard to accomplish that wish, because you are here on the podcast, you're talking about it, opening up. I'm sure you are reaching and inspiring a lot of people who might want to do the same. So okay, so thank you for being here again. And we're gonna wrap this up, and also we discussed also a lot heavier topics on this one, like suicide. And it's also important to know that you are not alone, absolutely not. Even though you might feel that way and you might not see a way out, there always is a way out. And there are also special hotlines for this when you're struggling with this. In the Netherlands, it's 113 suicide prevention. Oh man, I'm messing things up. Anyways, just Google it. In every country where you're from, there's a suicide hotline which you can call for help. So please, find the help you deserve, and stay strong.
There's one last thing that I want to tell to the listeners is you have to keep going, and I know how hard it is, but fight through the pain, because on the other side of the pain is your real purpose and the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Is at the opposite of
absolutely.
the pain.
Yeah, and I think that's absolutely correct. I think when you can see that there is a lesson in pain, then you have a chance to like really grow, I think.
Yeah, growth and pain go together.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank
Gonna
you.
wrap it up. Okay. High five. Thanks. I hope it recorded.
Ja, dat zal wat zijn, hè?
Ja. Oh, nog een keer, sorry.